You clicked once again, movie peeps, and for that I appreciate you. Let's talk about some movie news. Some of the things we'll be looking at here today, guys, is we got the title reveal for the Godzilla -1 sequel. We got our first look at Shrek and Fiona's boys all grown up in Shrek 5, Fergus and Farkle, a supposed trailer description for Avengers Doomsday. Oh, what do we think about it? We'll be diving into that along with so much more, so you guys know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I need something to put right up there. There we go, I think I got it. Once I moved out all the spooky stuff, I got in the renovating mood. You do it too whenever you start cleaning your room, right? You get the random urge to mix things around, so this is me spicing it up for you. You're welcome. But admittedly, it is empty, so suggestions are welcome. Jumping into it here with our first movie news story, something that I found kind of interesting. We all know there's a Rambo prequel in the works where Noah Centineo is going to play a young John Rambo, the character made famous by Sylvester Stallone, and well, today Deadline let us know that Lionsgate makes a deal with Millennium Film rights for Rambo prequel and the Expendables rights. So again, we've already known about the Rambo prequel and how that's coming about, but Lionsgate also snatching up the Expendables rights? I found that kind of interesting because they weren't like the best films in the world, but I think it was still such an interesting experiment to get all these star-studded action characters, throw them in a film Avengers style, and have an adventure go on. But with this, it did also make me think about, okay, well, obviously if they snatch up them film rights, they're gonna want to do something with it, but I can't really think about who is the new Arnold? Who's the new Sylvester Stallone? I could think maybe like 2 or 3. You can still throw in Jason Statham in there. I guess he's still active, you know, but he was already in the previous Expendable franchise. Maybe Alan Ritchson, well, you know, with his Jack Reacher stuff. There is also The Rock, but he has such a big ego and always rumors that he doesn't always play nice. And these movies, you're literally filling in a room of macho men. Who knows how that will go down? Tom Cruise would be interesting for a modern day Expendable. Oh, as I was speaking, Keanu Reeves, modern day Expendable right there. Okay, so we got it. Alan Ritchson, Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, and Dwayne Johnson like a cameo role. I don't know, toss it off to you guys. Lionsgate now has the Expendable rights if they were to make a modern day Expendables, not using any cast members from the previous Expendable films. Give me your top 5 actors that you think could actually fill in the roles. Next up here, over the weekend, a lot of people were going crazy because we got ourselves a teaser trailer for the Godzilla -1 sequel. I say in quotation marks teaser trailer because this was really just a title reveal. I wouldn't really classify this as a teaser, but still pretty awesome to get something out there, because I still remember going to the theater and watching Godzilla -1 and being absolutely blown away by what I witnessed. Such a great film and nice refreshing take on Godzilla compared to how a lot of the American movies portray Godzilla. And well, because of its big success and it getting an Oscar for VFX, it's no surprise we finally get in a sequel, and it's being titled Godzilla -0. Now, yes, we could all be little butts and start complaining about how the titling system in this universe probably doesn't make the most sense, because you think about the title of the first movie, Godzilla -1, well, that's just 0. So then you go to the second film and you're like, okay, -0. Well, you don't take away from 0. 0 is already nothing. And now it makes me wonder, well, if you make a third one, what do you call that? Godzilla -1? That's 2 negatives. It's a +1. Godzilla 1. Nevertheless, Hollywood Reporter did give us some more information saying, according to insiders, the new film is being positioned not just as a sequel, but as a statement piece. Yamazaki and Toho are reportedly locking in a late 2026 global release window, with production ramping up in New Zealand and Norway later this year. Full cast and story details remain under wraps. I love the sound of that, because they're not just treating this like a sequel. They saw the big buzz it got, and they're like, this isn't just another Toho film we show in Japan and do limited releases in other countries and the States. No, this is such a big film that we could do a wide release for several weeks and people will most likely attend. And so they're treating it like a big event film, and I just think that's pretty awesome. If we also want to take a look at the logo they revealed with this one, there's been a lot of theories going around. People are saying that they see almost like a woman praying in the logo, and they're thinking if that's Noriko, the woman who who was injured but survived by the end of the movie. Is she gonna have a bigger focus? Are they gonna lean a little bit more into the supernatural that some Godzilla films are known for, and she'll have telepathic connection? Some people say that the 2 zeros in the title could be a hint to Hedorah. I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of kaijus just have 2 eyes, but okay. I don't know. Either way is, as long as the same creative team is involved and they keep those same visual effects going, I will be there. Are you guys looking forward to Godzilla -0? And please, give me your suggestions for the 3rd film, because it's kind of a puzzle I'm trying to figure out in my head how they would go. Next up, some kind of bad news in the Blumhouse world, and it's making me so sad to hear, but take it with a grain of salt. As you guys know, Blumhouse is currently working on a new Mummy movie with Lee Cronin, who did Evil Dead Rise, a movie I had a lot of fun with, thought it was really awesome, so it made me excited when not only he moved on to The Mummy, but it would actually be treated as a straight-up horror movie, because a lot of times you hear the Mummy reboot, well, you think about what they did in the Brendan Fraser franchise, or you think about what Tom Cruise did with his version, and that's basically an action-adventure movie with elements of horror. But this Mummy movie was said to be kind of going back to the days of like Universal Monster, where the Mummy was just the evil character and filling in a new Mummy story with just horror vibes. And I was like, dude, this is gonna be awesome. Oh, looks like we have to really tame expectations. There's reports going around that the test screenings for this movie have gone horribly. How horribly? So bad that now they have decided to retitle the movie from The Mummy to The Resurrected. Now I'm going to read you the synopsis for the movie, and then I'm going to go into some of the things we've been hearing about why this movie is bad, all spoiler free. So the plot for the movie goes as, after his missing daughter mysteriously returns 8 years later, a father discovers she carries the spirit of an ancient Egyptian mummy, and as the evil spreads to his other children, he must perform a deadly ritual to save them, even if it means becoming the monster himself. And I gotta tell you, reading that plot synopsis, not at all what I thought this Mummy movie was gonna be. Infected with an Egyptian curse that, I guess, turns you into the mummy, and the dad has to perform a ritual to take it away, but in that process then ends up becoming the mummy. Okay, whatever, right? We're gonna see when the movie comes out, but a lot of things about what I'm hearing, and one of the reasons they've changed the title is because for a movie called The Mummy, not much mummy to be seen or going on in the film. I don't know what I was expecting, if it was a guy, you know, wrapped in toilet paper again like the old days, but kinda. Why not? Try to see if you can do a version where we take that seriously. But it looks like they're not really going to be doing that, so there's not much of a physical mummy in the movie. It's more of a spirit or curse of a mummy. Sounds a lot like more demonic possession kind of stuff. And all these kind of things snowball into just people being very disappointed with the movie. And I guess one of the ways they thought to correct this mistake is, well, if we don't set the expectation that this is a mummy movie, maybe then they'll just accept it as a horror movie, thus The Resurrected. So I don't know, part of me really wants to be in denial and hopes that these rumors are not true, and maybe it's just one of those situations where people are exaggerating test screening reactions, because we've seen that happen tons of times. We've also seen happen whenever they warn us about some test screening reactions, sometimes they end up becoming right on the money. I toss it off to you guys, though. You hear this stuff going on with Blumhouse's The Mummy. You disappointed? You scared? How do you feel? Something else I found really exciting is we finally got our first look at Fergus and Farkle, the 2 sons in Shrek 5. So when the teaser trailer for Shrek 5 came out, they really only showed off Felicia. That'll be voiced by Zendaya. And well, the internet went crazy with everyone having an opinion. I myself, didn't exactly love the refreshed looks, but I was still just excited to have Shrek 5 coming in my life. Well, because it is November and Thanksgiving is coming up, Macy's was gearing up for their Thanksgiving Day parade float, where one of those floats will be from Shrek 5 of the Onion carriage, where one side does show off Felicia, Fergus, and Farkle. Now, before we even get to talking about the 2 boys, we do have to mention a key detail change on Felicia that fans were really complaining about in the teaser trailer, and that was that her eye color had been changed to brown. And oh my goodness, of all the things to complain about and get upset about, this was kind of wild, but in a weird way, I understood it, man. Blue eyes is such a distinct characteristic to give to somebody, and they're so apparent when she was a baby, to then just have her grow up to be brown eyes. It was wild. I mean, you would even see people on the internet research real-world biology facts going, well, Chris, you actually know some kids' eye color do change as they grow older, so I don't think it's that weird that this fairy tale ogre green monster had baby blue eyes as a baby and then had brown eyes growing up, Chris. It's basic biology. Oh, yes. I didn't know biology worked the same and far, far away. My bad. No, man, it's a freaking cartoon with blue eyes, and we wanted the freaking cartoon to have blue eyes when she grew up, okay? End of story. Some of y'all need to be smacked in your ogre mouths, man. And well, here we have proof. Bullying a studio works once again. Maybe not to the level of a Sonic redesign, but it was a change nonetheless thanks to the fans complaining. So hey, cool. Felicia's probably getting them blue eyes again. Awesome. Now moving on to Fergus and Farkle. What am I looking at here, boys? What interesting hair designs they decided to give these two boys. But you know what? They already seem like pretty fun characters to me. Because the way the teaser trailer was set up, I feel like they're going to be very background characters, but I hope there's still enough of them to enjoy. Obviously, with the little bunny ears in the back, it looks like they're going to be little goofballs. I'm fine with Farkle's hair, this curly haired look. Sure, I mean, even as a baby, he kind of had touches of little curly baby hair. Fergus, though, I'm not sure how I feel about a bowl cut / mullet combo. That's a haircut choice, man. That's not something your barber just decides to whip out. You asked for that combo. Still, though, just so funny that our first look of these two boys was through a Macy's Day Parade float. You guys now have a full look of Shrek and Fiona's children in Shrek 5. How you feeling about it? And well, now bringing us to talk about the supposed trailer description for Avengers Doomsday. Now that the year is coming to a close, there's a lot of rumors going on that with Avatar Fire and Ash releasing this December, that'll be the perfect opportunity for Disney to release our first trailer for Avengers Doomsday. And that does make perfect sense to me. It's a Disney movie. Avatar is one of the biggest franchises. A lot of eyeballs go to see it, so why not have it premiere there, right? Only thing holding me back from it is just how far, again, we'd be from the release of that movie, because that would still be about a year away. And even just taking note of the way studios have been marketing movies lately, even their bigger films don't get that much of a push a year out now. A lot of studios wait between the 8 to 6 month mark to actually do that kind of stuff now. But maybe they just want to start this campaign huge, because I think there's a lot writing on Doomsday to be big. So here from the source Film Threat, they have it here. The person who saw it said it's not finished, but the person was surprised by the amount of footage they showed of Doom in action. This is not a teaser trailer. You're gonna get not just a glimpse of Doom, you're gonna see Doom. The way the character was described in terms of Downey's interpretation is a classic universal monster. Like Phantom of the Opera, it's a tragic figure and a broken figure, and part of it is his armor. Doom must have the armor because he has a broken body. Scared, he went full universal monster with the interpretation he needs the suit to actually function. And okay, that's just kind of the description we got. Plenty of Doctor Doom action. Seems like, honestly, he'll be like the main focus of this teaser trailer, which, you know, really smart way to go with it, especially if by the end you want to reveal it's Robert Downey Jr. That's a big reason a lot of people are going to go buy tickets for this. But that detail of treating Doom like a universal monster, a Phantom of the Opera, of this tragic, broken... I love the sound of that. I hope there's a good explanation to how he got to that broken point and why his body's all disheveled and whatnot. It also makes me wonder, he's definitely probably working his way to get some sort of energy or power to be able to fight this multiverse threat. But that's a great direction for Doom to go in, because although I don't need him to be right, I want to be able to understand his motive or what led him to that point. Also got to talk about the giant comparison that, you know, Robert Downey Jr., who portrayed Iron Man, now is Doom. He needs his armor and suit to survive. Well, that was all Iron Man. He needed the arc reactor and the Iron Man suit, and that was a big part of his character. I kind of love that parallel. So yeah, this sounds awesome. Again, we'll have to wait and see if it actually pans out. I can't tell you the amount of times we've had Marvel trailers leak or descriptions leak, and they were so off. Like, I remember back in like the Endgame days, there was a big trailer description going around where like the Hulk was training, fighting, and then he turns around and tells Tony, "I'm ready for my rematch." And I was like, that's fake. And tis it was fake. So this could be fake too, but I don't know. I think there's definitely got to be something. If anything, I'm putting more of my money that we'll get a Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, just because at that point, if Sony keeps their release date, yeah, then we would be around between that 6 to 8 month mark where they would want to begin marketing. So I'm betting more we'd get like a Spider-Man trailer for the Avatar film. Tossing off to you guys. You like this description? You think it makes sense? But it is all the movie news we currently have going on right now. Oh, and thanks so much for taking time out of my day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, take care.